Hello, beautiful entrepreneurs. I'm here at a mastermind in San Diego with my friend Shanna Sumner, and we're just talking about how interesting it is that when you hang out with really successful entrepreneurs, like highly successful, like multi-millionaire, billionaire entrepreneurs, they're only ever really focused on one thing. And when you hang out and spend time with a lot of really influential people, they're not stressed out and they're not distracted. So I want to talk a little bit about why we get distracted in growing a business, why we get overwhelmed, and how to really bring that around and focus on one thing that can cash you out the biggest payday that you've probably ever experienced. So the biggest thing, right, that gets in the way of having that big financial win is trying to do too many things. I see it in my clients, I see it in myself. We are like bright and shiny object kittens, we get excited by new strategies, we get excited by new opportunities. And the biggest thing that I did the year that I took my company to 7 figures is I actually put my blinders on. If I had 2 hands right now to be able to do this, I'd have a hand here and a hand here, but I can't do that because I'm holding a selfie stick. Okay, I'm holding a selfie stick. You can't see that. I'm trying to be silly. The long end and the short end of this, not just the selfie stick, but your business, is that you are likely, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel stressed out, if you feel confused, you're likely trying to do too many things at once. So my friend Brendan Bouchard says it like this. He says, if you were digging for water in your backyard, you would dig one hole. You would dig one hole all the way down in your backyard until you hit water. And if you really want to hit water and you want water endlessly flowing into that hole, you don't want to dig shallow holes all over your backyard, or you're going to end up digging and digging and digging and never hitting water. So if you have that experience of spinning your wheels and not quite knowing what you should be focused on, I want to remind you that your greatest leverage point, your greatest point where you can have the biggest impact, create the biggest amount of income in the least amount of time, comes from you choosing the one strategy that you know can scale, right? For many of you, that's going to be launching a group program. For some of you, that's going to be filling your private practice and maybe scaling back on how much individual time people get and introducing some group time, right? But think about it. So often we get into fear and paranoia about our cash flow, and we will default to whatever strategies we used to use to make money, whether that's selling one-offs or selling, 3 sessions for $500 or 3 sessions for $200, whatever that default is that you get into whenever you get into any sort of a cash flow crunch. You want to be aware that the way out of that is to build out your higher end program, trust your higher end program, learn to sell your higher end program, because once you sell it once, you can sell it again and again and again. And as you build out that one program that you believe in, you pour everything you've got into that one program. I'll never forget the first time my coach told me to do this. My coach told me put 20 people in a group program. And I was in huge resistance. I was like, I want to have quicker cash. I don't want to spend 2 months filling one program. That just felt overwhelming to me. And what I know is that if I had doubted my coach in that moment and not trusted her, I wouldn't have the company that I have now. It was in filling that first program to 20 people, trusting that I could do it, leveraging my time and focusing on that one program, making that program as amazing as I could, that I now have a fully leveraged 7-figure company with incredible women working for me, and I get to focus on traveling and spending my time with amazing thought leaders and, serving women that I absolutely adore. I wake up in the morning excited to work with the women that I get to work with. So I'm standing for you. I'm standing for you, noticing when you're spinning your wheels, noticing when you get distracted by bright, shiny object syndrome. Let's be honest, our society trains us to get distracted over and over and over again. Like, it's all around us all the time. You know, unsubscribe from the extra email lists, choose a strategy, choose a plan that you believe will work for you. Find a mentor, find a proven plan, find a trusted plan, and really commit yourself to it. Give it your all for at least 12 months, right? Anything else is you trying to sprint through life. Life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. So you have to pace yourself. You just have to. You know, it says so in the Bible. Shanda and I were just talking about the holy texts remind us, those ancient spiritual texts remind us over and over again that we get to consciously create our lives and our careers and our businesses. I've been reading the Bhagavad Gita, and you know, I'm in that moment where Arjuna is like whining at God, saying, "This is too hard. Why did you choose me to be this great warrior?" Right? And I think that's so indicative of the entrepreneurial path. I don't know about you, but I catch myself whining in my own head, like, why did I get given this? You know, why did I get given this this tall order that sometimes feels it feels like a steep climb? And when I just say yes and I surrender to the resources that are here for me, I surrender to the one in me that knows it's time to choose and commit to one plan and scale that up. It's about quality of service. It is not about quantity. Right? When I'm willing to really commit and surrender, a way is made out of no way. Every idea comes with its own infinite supply, and you just have to be careful not to try to implement too many ideas at once. That's my message for today. One thing at a time. You've got this. You can do this. Your clients are waiting for you. They're not just waiting for someone like you. They're actually waiting for you. I love you. I bless you. Have an amazing rest of your day.